Michael, after Indiana Jones doing so well, apparently Xbox, not so well.
Ooh.
Xbox Q2 fiscal year 25 gaming revenue is down 7% year over year, but Xbox Game Pass still grew. Samuel Torbett over at Windows Central. Microsoft shared details on the company's financial results for Q2 fiscal year 25 on Wednesday, revealing that gaming revenue is down 7% year over year for the quarter ending December 31st, 2025. The quarter did see Xbox content and service revenue up 2%, to which the company credits growth in Xbox Game Pass. Xbox hardware revenue declined 29% year over year. Ouch. This is the first quarter in a full year not to see a massive year over year leap on paper, and that's because Microsoft's acquisition of Activision Blizzard King. The large leap in revenue it provided is now fully normalized in the company's results, with the last large leap being accounted for quarter one fiscal year 25. During the earnings call accompanying the financial results, CEO Satya Nadella noted that Call of Duty Black Ops 6 was the best-selling game of the quarter on Xbox and PlayStation, while also highlighting rave reviews of Bethesda's Softworks and Machine Games Indiana Jones, with 4 million players we just talked about. Elsewhere in the company, Microsoft's cloud saw a revenue of $40.9 billion, up 21% year over year, which Microsoft says is driven by Azure comments from OpenAI. Overall, Microsoft saw $69.6 billion in revenue for the quarter, with operating income of $31.7 billion, up 17% year over year. Seems like Microsoft's doing just fine there, Michael.
Yeah, overall doing just fine. Definitely a couple concerning things that you kind of talked about there. Not shocked, gaming revenues down, as we kind of talked about outside of Indiana Jones. There was a lot of whiffs from Xbox, and that's going to show. The hardware declining by 30% is definitely an interesting one, as we talked about at the start of the show with your PlayStation's unfortunate ceasing. It has been 5 years since the generation started, right? So there's not that many people who are still going out buying Xboxes. Be curious to see where Sony is as well, right? If they're at that similar mark, then maybe Xbox isn't as concerned, but this is what you and I talk about, right? No need to buy an Xbox. Buy Game Pass. It's the one gaming service that actually increased for Microsoft 2%. Obviously, that's going to hit a cap at some point. Everyone's going to have Game Pass. There's not going to be anyone else left to subscribe to it, but this is kind of what we're expecting, right? Game revenue maybe going to go up this year, right, with a couple of their big titles if they hit just like Indiana Jones did, but nobody's going to buy the consoles. They're going to buy a PlayStation. They're going to buy a PC, and then they're going to subscribe to Xbox Game Pass, and that's where the gaming revenue is going to come from Microsoft, and that's to be expected, Drew, with how they've been trying to make their game plan at least.
Yeah, no, it's fair, right? But Call of Duty Black Ops always, like, Call of Duty alone just sells, right? Like, that's the, So, yeah, where did our money come from? Call of Duty.
Who would have guessed?
Yeah, right? Shocker. But then that is, which works for them, dude, is everywhere, right? Everywhere. Now, I wonder if they kept it just on Xbox, what would happen, right?
Riots.
Still sell.
Riots in the street would happen.
Right? It's just a thought. They wouldn't do it, obviously, because the more people that are able to buy the game, the more money's in their pocket, bringing in so many millions and millions and millions of dollars. Dude, what they spent to buy Activision has already paid off, right? Like, that's just done. No worries about that. Then they're good to go. And they're only going to expand on it, because, Call of Duty drops every single year. So we're going to keep going. Microsoft is going to keep going. Very curious to see when the next console drops, how the console hardware sales go up. Is it a huge influx or just a little minimal? And they kind of keep themselves floating and then go back to Game Pass and keep pushing that, right? Next Xbox comes out, dude, I still want to get it. Like, just straight up. I'm an Xbox guy. I'm a PlayStation guy. I'm a PC guy. I don't care what game is where. I just want to play good games on consoles and PCs. Dude, I just love games, right? So at the end of the day, I just like to be where my friends are. This is the other side of it too.
Yep.
Right? That's one of the issues Xbox currently has, is that they lost that race of building your friend ecosystem on the Xbox system. Instead, is the larger system on PlayStation, where everybody seemed to have jumped over to. I know my brother's there every day on PlayStation, right? But Xbox, dude, they're not going anywhere, and they're only pushing forward.